Thank you for coming. We have come to leave this building that was built as Senate building. That's right. But something happened that you all are aware of, and we decided that we were going to change the name not to just Senate building, but Senator Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke. We refuse to put the word late. It is deliberate. Because we are by far very educated people, and late would have implied that he was actually don't know. But this man of great goodness is forever with us. They called me on the day he died, and that of course implied that it was true. He would never call me to tell me his brother was dead, which is not dead. And I didn't know what to do, except that we arranged to meet somewhere and come together. We came together, and I spent the next 14 days in Ede. I was going to write this tribute. I just didn't have the temperament to do it. I went back to Lagos, and sooner or later the Ramadan started. So I was fasting and also fighting with my soul at the same time. I didn't know what to put down. But when I sat down finally, I put something down that I'm very proud of. And I'm not proud of this as much as yesterday, when a very elderly man that I respect so much, to do that is dad, put me to the side and said, "How come you do that?" I said, "Well, I just have to give a portrait of his life. A good man, a very gifted good man. If you think that it gives me respect, you don't know what's going on. Because his brother gives me more respect than he does. And nobody has ever proceeded for me in real life except Tunji Adeleke. He did it 2 times. One time in my house in Lagos, another time in his own house in Ede here. Something was going on and I interceded. He went along with me and he said, "Sayo, that's humility." Yes, I'm older than him by a few years, but that is pure humility. And in my journey of life, I happen to have lived with him for a little over a year when he was a member of the Nadeko agitators, these political malcontents that were disturbing the life of a very severe tyrant, General Abacha. And finally, Nadeko got a very good attention from the international community. So did they get another round of good attention from the federal government. And the federal government decided it was going to deal with him. And he went on radio and television and announced that enough is enough. Nadeko will be subjugated. Sorry. So one night it was raining very heavily, about 2 a.m. and he showed up at my door. He said he noticed that some SSS people are looking around the GRA and he suspected that they were looking for his brother. "Where is your brother?" He said it's at the friend of the house of a friend of ours, a younger player. So we went there. We got there. "Tunji wants him where?" He said, no, it's not possible. Leave me alone. So they insisted that he must leave that place because they are going to pick him up. He was moved from that place, moved to my residence, where he lived for 1 year. And that was how we bonded. And living with him was so exciting, so full of life. This man was life-loving, he was easy, he was pleasant, and he was so humble. He had just been governor a few months before, a former governor, without any arrogance at all. And in the morning, Sayo Ekarosa, "Governor here, for me." And then one day I woke up and the whole house was just smelling of good things. Very pleasant meal. I got to the kitchen I call him my God endearingly. Yeah. I saw Tunji Adeleke cooking in the kitchen. Tunji omo be say ni. Sayo, iṣẹ́ mi nìyẹn, mo like ẹ gan. Mo ní o máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ò kí ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ní o lè fọ àwo. I hate myself to see myself wash dishes. I do all of that oh. And you are a governor, ẹ gbàgbé yẹn. You know, Tunji more or less retired my cook for the entire time that he was in the house. And he would cook, whether it is African dish, European dish. But to cook Mama mi is two elements. She's Igbo, she's Yoruba. I said, no, she's Igbo. Say, yeah, my mother died in Yoruba, ni Mama mi. But Yoruba, no one way. Agbari méjì ló fi raise me. You know, I can survive. I can feed myself. Only my mother told me when I was growing, Tunji, in case you don't have a good wife, learn to feed yourself. Allah, Allah. So it's taught me how to cook. Mama look at me, she will go àti tó yìnbó àti gbàmádé ló yìnbó rí di. Ó ní sàárẹ̀ gbàgbé yẹn jẹ́ ká máa jẹun lọ. And that's just the kind of person he was. For over 1 year, I've never had a better roommate, except that I stay with my wife, I don't stay with him. He was just a fabulous human being. And I learned so many things from him. And finally, one time I traveled abroad, I came home, and he had disappeared from my house. Tunji Bolowa, only I got one people yẹn tí mo wà ní Mbasako lọ́dọ̀ yìí. I'm Mama now, where are you now? He said he was somewhere in Songo, one hotel. How can you go and live in Songo? I said, you know, this is the time to survive. It's not about fancy living. I could have gone to Ipoli or Turela, but they will catch me very easily in those places. I feel safe here. Where is the place? He described the place. The day I went there, I felt so sorry. Why can you stay here? That is the way to survive. I'm in the trenches. A politician is always in the trenches. Fighting a war against a severe tyrant. We must not mismeasure his power of tyranny. And that's why I'm here for survival. Good person. I learned so much from him. And I will tell you, suppose these soldiers don't leave government. You just laugh. Say, yo, they are political scientists. Have you ever seen any soldier rule any government forever? They will leave. They are cowards. They are just harassing us. I say, are you sure? What will you do with your life? So I'm already doing what I need to do with my life. I'm at peace. Yes. I'm at peace with myself. You know, and that is one lesson about him that we all must learn. We must see that Tunji went through so much in his life. His political career was so enchanting, so charming, so successful. But you forget that there are times that he was really in the wilderness. When out of chicanery, he was cheated out of electoral results. We now know what the results were. We now know how he lost that election that Hussein won. Tunji actually won that election. But through some manipulations, you know, that we won't ever be part of. And that some people attempted to impose on us last weekend and were unsuccessful. Mudashiru got that position in Abuja. All to what? All to share. He did not make one sentence of the English language before he left the Senate. My brother Tunji was a man of charm. He was a terrier person, pleasant to the eyes, pleasant to the senses. He did not speak because his soul will speak for you. He had a distant mind, a deep, living soul. This man was a Musa. That's his I met this man. Now let me finish. I met this man through Tunji, this dogo here. I call him Shorty. And you can tell he's a short man. And he became a member of Tunji's family. forever. Even now that he's gone, he's still a member of that family. Let us just a little bit of ourselves be like Adeleke. Maybe something like this will be named after us. Maybe it will not be named after us, but we shall go to heaven, which is what we all wish to do in life. He didn't die for nothing, and that has been expressed by many things that has happened since he passed away. It's not because his brother is not a senator, but it's because of the history that was made. Tunji was not born by a senator. When Tunji was born, his father was not a senator. After he was born, his father became a senator. Tunji will later become a senator. This morning, we were having breakfast. I remember a good friend of ours who is not here now. His name is Isiaka Adetunji. He's an Igbo man, a good friend of his. And I said, the day that Tunji was sworn in as governor in Osun State in 1992, we sat in this same place eating. And Isiaka Adetunji said, hey, Zayo, hey, like play. Tunji don't become governor. You know, I said, like play. Development has become senator. Yes, sir. Some people thought it was a joke. They tried to wrestle him down. They tried to break his bones. They tried to beat up his mind. They even came to this town to abuse a good person, to denigrate our king. And yet, election was 48 hours away and he wants to win. Some people just don't have wisdom. And when you don't have wisdom, you have been accursed by God Almighty, and you can't get anything wrong no matter your position. God bless each and every one of us. God give us the success we wish for ourselves. God let our life be as exciting, as stimulating, as empowering as the life of this good man. God bless everybody.
Thank you, sir.